Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Run Compensated. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. And this channel will just really be mostly about my journey into USPSA competition shooting for the first time. And I'll also take the time just to share some gear that I like and, my EDC stuff. So just a quick heads up before we get into it. I do have more competition content coming very soon. That I will try my best to record. Just registered for my first classifier on April 19th, so I do have more footage of that on the way. And it's a pretty big deal. It's pretty exciting. So I like to just bring you along for it. But today I'm going to keep it simple. Just doing a quick breakdown of some of my personal favorite pistols right now. And the first one up that I have here is the Ruger RXM. And before we get started, just want to show you clear, nothing's there. Pull the trigger, and no ammunition is in the room at all with this. We do have some magazines just for testing purposes for a little bit later. But this is one of these guns I really like. This is actually one of the second Glock clone that I had at the time, and I just got it when they first dropped it back in December 2024. Apparently, one of the places I bought it at, they were some of the first ones to get it within the store. And yeah, I just want to show you why I keep coming back to it and what I like about it real quick. So first thing up, I do like the grip. This is actually the full-size grip. I just got this in a few weeks ago, and I went ahead and put it on. I just wanted to try it. Size-wise, it's about comparable to a Glock 45. It takes a 17 round mags here, and the grip is at pretty much everything that I like. It's not too soft, but it's not too rough where it's like tearing up your shirt. So the angle is great. Reminds me of like a Smith & Wesson or something like that, or 1911. Well, one of the M&Ps. Couldn't think of the name of it. And really like this beaver tail, so I'm not getting clipped like I usually do with the Glocks as well. And undercut here feels pretty good too. I believe they changed that in the Gen 6 Glocks. I haven't gotten my hands on one of those yet, so we'll see how like the Glock 45 Gen 6 compares, to this thing. Yeah, but this is pretty good. Ruger and Magpul kind of did a really good job on this grip. And when you buy it the first time, it will come with the compact grip, about the size of the Glock 19, pretty much the size of a Gen 3 Glock 19, which is what it's what it's copying. But it will come with that size frame, and it is gray. I don't have it out right now, but the frames are about $40, no matter what the size is. So this one was 40 bucks. Just found it in the local gun store. And put it on. I believe it comes in black, gray, green, well, OD green, and FDE. So I do plan on getting the subcompact frame as well, and I think that's pretty cool because it's like you can have 3 different gun sizes when all you got to do is pop out a few pins, pop the FCU out, well, the FCI is what they call it, and you just place it in the new frame and lock it down, and that's pretty much it. You got yourself a whole new gun. So pretty convenient, and the fact that they're pretty cheap is even better. So but they've held up, and I put this on recently just to test it out because I wanted to use this in competition too. I wanted something a little bit bigger with a bigger grip. So so I know I can't use this thing, but I'll have to check it out. But so far shooting it just at the range, and I haven't really drawn it from the holster just yet. The grip feels very, very nice. So up next, I'm just gonna go to the Optic here. So I'm running the Holosun ACSS Vulcan, and I believe this was a collab with Primary Arms and Holosun at the time. Solar powered, 507C, and external battery, etc. Everything you see on these Holosuns. So it's pretty much that, but it has Primary Arms optic. See if I can get in the camera here. All right, so what you're seeing there, it probably won't show through the camera, but there is a chevron optic, so it's not a dot. So you have the circle there. When you're looking at the circle, when you're looking into the dot, if you see the circle on either up, down, left, right, your shot's going to be off. And you also can turn that off too, so it is optional. I just tend to keep it on because I kind of like how it looks. And since I'm learning pistols on red dots on pistols now, I figured, you know, why not keep that on there, you know, for me at least, because I just kind of like it. So, and green catches my eye real good. I don't know if they actually made this in red or not. I haven't looked it up. I've had this for a long time and just in my collection, but I didn't have anything to put it on, so I figured this would be the perfect candidate. But it's pretty clean, a little pricey. If they do make it no more, I don't know if they make it anymore or not. I haven't looked it up, but it's very good, you know, very good, clean, you know, optic. It's just with this, you have to clean it, you know, off quite often. You know, most optics get dirty that have that, you know, chamber, you know, loaded chamber indicator. But overall, it's performed pretty good. I've only had to change the battery once since I do carry this thing quite often. You know, it does have that auto off and auto on motion, and also has auto brightness, so which I tend to keep it on. But yeah, it comes up very good, very clear. And also, because this firearm has suppressor height sights with the tritium front and the blacked out rear, they are metal, which is cool, so you don't have to change that out. This actually co-witnesses with the front sight because there is no, you know, plate you got to use. All this, the optics that you can use, it takes multiple footprints, but it does mount directly to the slide. So you just use the screws that, you know, that either your optic comes with or some other screws that are provided. I know this one came with like multiple, but if I took it off one day, you would see there are little pins that you put in the holes there. Then you sit your optic on top, then you torque your screws down. Overall, that's pretty good there. And so yeah, take a look at that if you're interested, or you just need, you know, you want to try something different other than a dot, you know. So Chevron's it's been pretty good. It's very accurate too, and it does hold the zero very well. So moving on, next is I have the Olight Baldr S. So I did have this thing for a while, and I had it on the Glock 45 actually, and it was actually cool. I didn't really like weapon lights at the time, so I just kind of put it away. But trying to get used to them, you know, on pistols. You know, I just think the setup looks nice. So this is the laser as well. The blue, so I chose the blue laser because the optic's green, so obviously I can't see green on top of green. At least I can't. But yeah, you have your switches here. You go laser only, light and laser, and just light. So it's pretty good. Connects with this this here, and comes with all of the different you know, inserts. You know, so if you have a, you know, 1913 like a SIG or something like that, you can, you know, pretty much mount this thing on multiple firearms. And it is also stupid bright. Oof. So, you know, so it's kind of a more of a flood, I guess. Not, you know, it's not a direct, you know, beam. So, but it is bright. It is very, very bright. I definitely wouldn't want it shined in my eyes. Only thing I don't like about it is the charging here is proprietary. So it comes with a little disc. I don't have that out either. But it's a little disc you pop on there, you plug it into a USB port somewhere or a power adapter, and it will charge. So it is proprietary, so you'd have to go to, you know, possibly Olight to get another one. I'm sure they got these on Amazon. I've just never actually looked. But the Apple Watch charger will stick to it, but it won't work. So I did try it, but you know, outside of that, it's been a pretty good light. I got a holster from a company I never heard of, Blacklist Concealment, and they had one specifically for this gun and this light combo. And yeah, that's like really the only thing. Other than that, it's been pretty good, and it's not very heavy even when it's loaded, so it's very comfortable to carry. And also something I didn't touch on the frame is the I like the included mag well that's here. Pretty good with reloads. I've reloaded fast. I believe I ran the intro class to competition shooting that I did. I ran that with this, and I had the compact frame on it. And doing the reloads was actually pretty good. I never really practiced fast reloads with this, so that was pretty good, even with the compact frame. But I do like this setup. It's very good, you know, work from Ruger, and I do think it is very dependable. I don't have my shadow systems anymore that's comparable to this in size, and I have not gotten my hands on a dagger as of yet. I really want to. I just haven't, you know, had the time. I've been putting money into the whole, you know, competition stuff and buying gear for that. But once I get some extra cash, maybe I'll go ahead and get one of those and just do a comparison, because I've seen some and they look very nice. I haven't heard really too many bad things about them. But yeah, this is a pretty good setup. Nothing to change. You know, everything, this gun came exactly how it is. Metal sights on it. You know, and the trigger is slightly better, a little bit better than the Gen 5 Glock, just by a little bit. You know, so if you have a Glock, you know, I can tell the difference because I do have, you know, a couple Gen 5 Glocks. But this is some solid work from Ruger, man. I really like it. I travel with this gun, and everything I put in it has gone bang. So I have not had any issue with any type of ammo other than reloads. I know those can be inconsistent sometimes. But yeah, this is pretty solid. So maybe next time, you know, I'll compare it with the Glock 45 and just, you know, do a little, you know, comparison, because I did upgrade that one a little bit. So, yeah, so that is actually it for today. So, you know, if you're really interested in this gun, you're thinking about buying it, some places may have it for rent at your local gun store. Just give it a try. But it's a pretty good clone, and you know, for the amount of stuff that it comes with, it's fantastic. And also, oh, forgot to touch on the mags. And this is it with a this is my 45 mag. I put a +2 extension on here, so that fits. This is Gen 5 19X mag here, Coyote. That does fit, and you know, it sticks out kind of like that. And this is the Magpul P mag, the 17 round. So the only thing I don't like about the Magpul mags is that the base plate sticks out just a bit more than the Glock. Kind of almost the same size a little bit, but you know, I haven't had any problem with it. But when I do carry it, you know, whether it's compact or whatever, I always use the Glock mags. You know, so I don't know if that's just a mental thing or whatnot, but sometimes when you fully load these things, the Magpul mags, they do rattle, you know, quite a bit with the ammo. All right, so that is all I wanted to touch on, and now that is going to wrap it up for today. So I hope you liked the video. It's the very first one, and you know, so looking into a camera and talking down to a camera is a little harder than I thought. So, but it's something new I want to try, so I'll be having another one come pretty soon. And yeah, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button if you're interested. And yeah, I'll be posting that classified footage sometime, you know, after it happens. But just drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you got an RXM, what you're running on it, you know, or what your current favorite pistol is. You know, I read and respond to everything. I definitely am enjoying the YouTube journey. So yeah, take care, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.